Good morning. Welcome to your magical Sunday. Today is our day 18 and the magical to do list. The world is full of magical things waiting for our wits to grow sharper, says Eden Philpotts, born in 1862 and crossed over 1960. He was a novelist and a poet. So let's see these beautiful three balloons just going up in the air with magic around them. Three being the number of creation. Let's understand how our world is. So, this magical to do list is very imperative, and I believe that whatever we write in the to do list gets done. So, let's understand the science behind it through the words of Rhonda Byrne. Let's start our journey. Really, when you think about it, gratitude is your best friend. It is always there for you, always available to help you. It will never fail you or let you down. And the more heavily you lean on it, the more it will do for you and the more it will enrich your life. Today's magical practice will show you how to lean on gratitude even more so it can do far more magical things for you. Every day, there are little life problems that come up and that need solving. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed if we don't know how to solve a situation. Maybe your problem is that you don't have enough time for all the things you need to do. And you're at a loss because there are only 24 hours in the day. It may be that you feel overwhelmed from work and you want more free time, but you can't see any way to have it. You may be at home taking care of children and you're feeling frazzled or exhausted, but you don't have the means to get support to give you time out. You may be faced with a problem that needs fixing, but you have no idea which way to turn to fix it. You may have lost something and tried your best to locate it, but had no luck. Or you might want to find something like the perfect pet, perfect babysitter, hairdresser, amazing dentist, or doctor. And despite your best efforts, you haven't been able to find what you need. You could be in an uncomfortable situation because of something a person has asked you to do, and you don't know how to respond to them. Or you could be in some kind of dispute with someone, and instead of getting it resolved, things seem to be getting worse. So I don't know how many of you feel it, but that's something most of us feel, that something or the other is overwhelmed, that only 24 hours in a day and you don't have enough time, you can't do things. So I'll tell you my secret. People tell me that people keep asking me, do I have 48 hours in a day instead of 24? And I simply say, I have only 24 hours, but it's just scheduled. My to do list is planned. And basically, now in life, I know that I have time for everything in the world. If somebody calls me up and says, do you have little time? I say, yeah, I have all the time. Because that's if I really want to speak to them. If I want to avoid them, of course, I'll give any alibis. So remember, whatever you want is done. It's all about an attitude of gratitude. If you want to do something, you can do it. You don't want to do something, you will keep avoiding it. So if your heart is in what you really want to do, please go for it. If your heart is not, but it's expected from you, even then put in a to-do list because it's your duty, right? So you may not want to do it, but it's your duty. So let's understand that both the things coexist and are important. So we shan't put something less, something more. If they're important, they're important. So if important for me or important for others doesn't matter. If they have to be done, then they have to be in the magical to-do list. How do we do this list? How do we practice it? Let's understand. This magical to do list practice would help you with any little day to day problems when you don't know what to do or when you simply want something to be done for you. You will be amazed at the results. When you combine gratitude's magical power with the law of attraction, people, circumstances, and events must be rearranged to do what you want done for you. You will not know how it will happen or how it will be done for you. And that is not your job. Your job is simply to be as grateful as you can be for what you have want done right now, as though it were done, and let the magic happen. So, in simply, whatever we want done, we say thank you for it right now as if it's done. That's one thing. Secondly, we just put it down, use our magical gratitude bar and put it down in a to do list. How do we do that? Let's understand. Today, let's create a written to do list of the most important things you have like to be done or resolved for you. And title your list the magical to do list. You may put things in your list that you don't have time to do or don't want to do, along with your any current problems, from the smallest day to things to a bigger life situations. Think through any area of your life where you need something resolved or done for you. When you've finished making your list, choose three things from your list to focus on today, and one at a time. Imagine that each item has been magically done for you. Imagine that all people, circumstances, and events have been moved to do it for you, and it is now done, all done, all sorted, all solved for you. And you are giving massive thanks in return for it having been done. Spend at least 1 minute on each one of your three items, believing it is done and feeling enormous gratitude in return. You can follow the same practice on the rest of the items on your list at another time. But there is power in simply putting the things you want done on the magical to do list. So remember, we'll make the list, but we'll only choose three things to be done, and we must creatively visualize, imagine them with closed eyes or open eyes that these things have been done, 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 and feel thank you for it. Once you do that, you're affirming that the situation is happening, and then you're in a circle of, you know, gratitude and thank you. Whatever you want will be done. Remember that the law of attraction says like attracts like. And that means that when you are grateful for such solutions as though you have them, you will attract everything you need into your life to resolve the situation. Focusing on some things, focusing on problems, attracts more problems. If you have to be a magnet to the solution, not a magnet to the problem. Being grateful that you have the solution and that it has been resolved attracts the solution. To demonstrate how powerful this magical practice is, Rhonda Byrne wishes to share a story with you about her daughter who used this practice to attract her lost wallet back to her. After being out one night, my daughter discovered the next morning that she did not have her wallet and she had no idea where she might have lost it or even it has been stolen. She called the restaurant where she went to dinner, the taxi company she used to come home, the local police station, and she searched the streets and knocked on surrounding doors. But no one had found her wallet. Other than the fact that my daughter's wallet contained the usual precious things in it, including all her bank and credit cards, driver's license, and cash. Her biggest concern was that her wallet contained no current contact information because she had been overseas for some time. She didn't have a publicly listed phone number with a common surname. There seemed to be no hope. So imagine not being in the number directory, no nothing, no contact, and you have a wallet that's loaded and you've lost it. Imagine now what happens. But yes, the magic happened. Despite the seemingly impossible obstacles, my daughter sat down, closed her eyes, and got a picture of her wallet in her mind. She visualized that she was holding her wallet in her hands. She opened her wallet. She went through all the content and felt enormous gratitude that she had her wallet and everything in it back in her hands. For the rest of the day, whatever she thought of it, again her daughter imagined that she had the wallet in her hand and she felt enormous elation and gratitude that her wallet had been returned to her. Later that night, she received a call from a farmer who lived 1,100 miles away saying that he had found a wallet. The extraordinary part of the story is that the farmer had found the wallet in the street outside my daughter's home in the early hours of the morning. And he immediately searched the wallet looking for contact details. He made several calls in trying to find its owner, but to no avail. So he gave up and drove back to his farm with the wallet. And while he was walking out in the fields at his farm, the wallet kept nagging and nagging at him and decided to search through it one last time. He found a small piece of paper with the man's Christian name written on it. So he put the Christian name together with my daughter's surname and called directory assistant. There was just one listing for the Christian name and surname. Imagine the father called the phone number and it was the home of my daughter's father. To this day, we do not know how the farmer got that phone number because it was an unlisted number. We called directory assistants several times ourselves after this happened. And the response every time was, sorry, there is no listing for that name. So magic exists. So just get this very clear. Whatever we want, we can create, right? Now, let's go back to our story. From 100 miles away, through the most extraordinary sequence of seemingly impossible events, my daughter's wallet was returned to her intact. She fulfilled her part in her being grateful that she had her wallet back, and as must happen, gratitude performed its magic and moved every person, circumstance, and event to return her wallet to her. The magical power of gratitude is available for you to use as well. And it always has been. You just had to discover it for yourself and learn how to use it. So let's understand that magic is there, gratitude is there. If we want to do it, all we have to do is tune in, make a to-do list, think about the three things today and see them unfold. This is very powerful exercise. I've done this like I don't know how many times. So please understand it's very, very powerful and let's do it. Especially today is the Sunday. We have all the time in the world to make our list. So let's do it. Magic practice number 18. The magical to do list. Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list. And at the end of each blessing, say thank you, and thank you. And feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Second, create a written list of the most important things or problems you need done or solved. Title your list the magical to do list. Choose three of the most important things from your list, and at one time, imagine that each thing has been done for you. Spend at least 1 minute on each thing, believing it is done, and feeling enormous gratitude in return. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. This magical list is extraordinary. What you can actually do is write them on a journal, put them in together, and each time pick up maybe batch it three today, three tomorrow, 3 day after. So whatever you have on it, is it someday list? Is it your life list? It doesn't matter. What matters is your intention, your sankalp. Which item do you want to check off and say I've done it? So create this list as like a maybe a dream list extension, and keep doing it, tick marking it. So you'll get the best deals if you have something which is an errand to run. So just remember the power of this magical to do list is immense. How you tap it is your creativity. All you have to do is feel enormously grateful for that one thing at one time. So if three is the thing of the day, then 1 minute for one, second minute for second, third minute for third, and let the magic unfold. This is very powerful, very beautiful, and let's go for it. So thank you for spending the Sunday morning with me, and we shall come back tomorrow for yet another beautiful chapter. Love, light, happiness, and abundance to each one of you. Have a magical day.